Garuda Purana. The Garuda Purana says, no. Knowledge of God can be attained only in the human form. Remember, this body belongs to us, we're not the body, but it's very valuable. It's very valuable. Knowledge of God, which is important to become free from Maya, can be attained only in the human body, the human form. This is why the Vedas say, Iha cheda vedi datta satya masna chediha vedi mahati vinashti. Kero Upanishad, chapter 2, verse 5. The Vedas are saying, hey, human beings, having acquired this very valuable human birth, try to attain your ultimate goal of life immediately. Otherwise, you will be doing the greatest harm to yourself. Mahan Vinashti. What harm are the Vedas talking about? So again the Vedas give the answer. Iha je dashakat bodham prak shayrasa visasa tata sargeshu lokeshu sharirattvaya kalpate Kathopanishad. Second Canto, 3rd chapter, 4th verse. The Kathopanishad says, Ved, Upanishads are the most important part of the Vedas. The Kathopanishad is saying, all human beings, having gotten this very valuable human birth, immediately try to know God. Otherwise, you will have to rotate in the endless cycle of birth and death in the 8.4 million forms of life as ordained by divine law. It is so difficult to get birth in the human form. This Ved mantra says, Sargeshu. Sar means kalp. The word Sar in this Ved mantra means kalp. Kalp refers to a measure of time. 12 hours of Brahma, the creator. You have seen a form of God with 4 heads. He is known as Brahma, he is the creator. 12 hours of Brahma is called one kalp, approximately 4.3 billion years, our time. And Sargeshu, plural. After many kalps, we get a chance to get birth in the human form. We don't get this again and again. ये बार-बार नहीं मिलते. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya in the Ramayana, Kabahuk kari karuna kar dehi det isha virohe tu sanehi. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya, Uttarakhand of the Ramayana, very rare, very seldom does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul without any self-interest, bestow upon it birth in the human form. In the Bhagavad Mahapuran, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, a beautiful katha, in the 11th canto, once a great king known as Videhanini was performing a yajna. Videha means Paramhans, one who has no feeling of the body. Just like in the Ramayana, King Janak, the father of Mother Sita, is also called Videha, meaning someone who has no feeling of the body, Paramhans. So Nini was also called Videha. Once he was performing a yajna to increase his devotion for Bhagavan. In order to bless Videhanini, 9 Yogeshwars God among yogis, Yogeshwar. 9 sons of Rishabh Bhagwan. Rishabh Bhagwan had 100 sons. Descension of Sri Krishna, known as Rishabh Dev. The eldest son was Bharat. In Bhagavad, you heard about Bharat ji. Not Bharat, the brother of Sri Ram. Jar Bharat. This katha is very famous in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. Bharat was so great that before this world, this entire world was known as Ajanabhavarsh. And because of Bharat, it became known as Bharatvarsh. So, Rishabh Dev had 100 sons. The eldest one, I told you, Jar Bharat. 81 sons became Purohit, priests performing yajna, etc. 9 became rulers of the world, and 9 were Yogeshwars, topmost among God among yogis. They went wherever they wanted, no one stopped them. Brahma has 4 mind-born sons, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanak Kumar. I'm sure you've heard about them also. Manas Putra. They remain always 5 years old, little boy, naked. They go wherever they want. No one stops them. In the same way, these 9 Yogeshwars also, they could go wherever they want. So, wanting to bless Videhanini and his yajna, they suddenly appeared in that place where Videhanini was performing that yajna. Nini saw these 9 Yogeshwars and seeing a light about them, shining brighter than the sun. Immediately he realized that they were saints, Mahapurush. He immediately got up, left the yajna and ran towards them. The priests who were performing that yajna were the rishis and munis. They also got up and went, ran. Agni Dev, where they were performing that ahuti, he personified himself, took form, and he also went. They all worship these 9 Yogeshwars and give them the best seat to sit. And then Videhanini questioned the 9 Yogeshwars. Beautiful katha in Bhagavad Mahapurana. Many wonderful questions and beautiful answers were given. Very beneficial. Anyhow, the first thing, having worshipped these 9 Yogeshwars, Videhanini put his hands together and started to pray. He said to them, Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshanabham gurah tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priya darshanam. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 29 verse. Putting his hands together very humbly, Videhanini said, Dear Gurujis, divine saints, first of all, this human body is extremely rare and difficult to attain. The human birth. Durlabho manusho deho. The word durlabh means that which is extremely rare and difficult to attain. Durlabho manusho. Secondly, tattapi durlabham kshanabham guraha. Durlabho manusho deho dehina kshanabham guraha. It is kshanabhangur. Kshanabhangur means transient, non-lasting. At which moment we can lose it, nobody knows. We cannot guarantee the next moment None of us can guarantee that we live to see tomorrow even. But even more difficult to attain, Vaikuntha Priya Darshanam, to have the darshan of great saints, those who have attained Bhagwan, who can see Bhagwan, and I have 9 sitting in front of me. I am so blessed. This human birth is so valuable. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, there was a conversation between Uddhav and Bhagwan Shri Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. It's called Uddhav Gita. Just like there is Bhagavad Gita, a conversation between Arjuna and Shri Krishna, where Arjuna is asked a question and Shri Krishna is given answer. In the same way, in the Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana, Uddhav, a great Jnani and a friend of Shri Krishna, is asking a question and Shri Krishna is given the answer. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, Nideha madhyam sulabham sudurlabham Plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam Mayanukulena nabhasvateitam Puman bhavabhyadna taretsa atmaha. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana, 11th canto, 17th chapter, 20th verse. What does he say? The exact translation of this verse from Bhagavad Mahapurana is given in the Ramayana. I told you, Arjun is questioning Shri Krishna, that is called Bhagavad Gita. Shri Krishna is given answer. Uddhav is questioning Shri Krishna is given answer. This is called Uddhav Gita. In the Ramayana there is a Gita also, Ram Gita. Ek baar Raghunath bulaye, Guru Dvij Purvasi sab aaye. In 11,000 years, Bhagwan Shri Ram, when he descended in Treta in Ayodhya, he stayed for 11,000 years. And in that time, once he gave lecture, Ek baar. He called everyone in Ayodhya and he gave a lecture. That's called Ram Gita. So the same thing that Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhav in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana, Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, Naratanu bhava varidhi kahu bero, sana mukha marut anugraha mero. Bhagwan Shri Ram says, this world is called Bhava Sagar. Many names. One of the names for this world is the Bhava Sagar. Those who know a little bit of Hindi will know the word Sagar means ocean. So Bhava Sagar, an ocean of transmigration, an ocean of pain, suffering. Bhava Sagar. To cross an ocean we need a boat. Now, there are 8.4 million types. We have been given the most competent, the best boat to cross this ocean of Maya. Naratanu bhava varidhi kahubero. For a boat to go on the ocean, we need a favorable wind. If the boat is going on the ocean and there's a storm, it can destroy it. So Bhagavan says, Naratanu bhava varidhi kahubero or sanamukha marut anugraha mero. I have given the favorable wind of my grace. The favorable wind. I have given you everything that you can live. You can sustain this body. Everything. Favorable. But this is a very dangerous ocean. Very dangerous ocean, this Bhava Sagar. There are huge fishes that can destroy, eat us alive. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust. Very dangerous ocean. We cannot steer this boat by ourselves. We need a boatman. But not any boatman. If he does not know how to steer a boat, he can take you in the wrong place. So I've given you the best boatman. Karnadhar Sadguru Dirhanawa Durlabh Saj Sulabh Karipawa. I've given you the most competent, the best boatman in the form of the Sadguru, the true Guru, the saint. Three things is given. The human body, very valuable. The favorable wind of His grace, that we can live in this world, and the boatman to take us across this ocean of Maya, the Satguru, the true saint, the true Guru. Having acquired this, and we make no attempt to cross the ocean of Maya, Bhagwan Shri Ram says, Jo nar pavahi. If you have gotten this, Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhava, one who have gotten this very valuable human birth and makes no attempt to cross this ocean of Maya, he is a murderer of his own self. Atmahan gati jai. Atmahan gati jai. So three things. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, I'm sure you've heard that name. Adi Jagat Guru. There are five Mool Jagat Guru, original Jagat Guru. First, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. After him came Jagat Guru Nimbarkacharya. Then Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya. Then came Jagat Guru Madhavacharya. Mool Jagat Guru. A period of about 500 years passed, and then the title of only the fifth Mool Jagat Guru, original Jagat Guru, was bestowed upon Jagat Guru Tam Sri Kripalu Maharaj by the Kashi Vidvat Parishad. Anyhow, so the very first one was Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, his philosophy is known as Advait, non-dualism. He says the world we see around us is an imagination of the mind. Jagat Mithya. Nothing is real. In other words, I am imagining you, you are imagining me. Nothing here is real. He also, even though according to him this human body we have is not real, this body is made of five things, material things. Kshiti jal pavak gagan samira pancharachit yah adham sarira. This body is made of five elements: earth, water, fire, air and space. It's a material. The world we see around us is also made of the same five elements. So according to Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, he says the world is an imagination. This is also an imagination. This doesn't exist. Yet, he does not desist from exclaiming how valuable this human body, which according to him is not real, how valuable it is. He says, Durlabam trayameva tat daivanugrhakarakam manushyattvam mukshutvam mahapurusha sambhava. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. He says, three things are most difficult to attain. And that too, only by the grace of God Daiva Anugraha. Only when God will shower His grace, we will get these three things. These are the three greatest blessings that God can shower upon us. What are the three greatest things? Number one, Manushyatvam, birth in the human form. Only by God's grace we can get birth in human form. We don't get it, as I mentioned in the beginning, we don't get this human birth again and again. Number one. Number two, mumukshutva. Mumukshutva means a yearning, a longing for God. A lot of people go to church, masjid, mandir, places of worship. They do puja. Some do Shiv Archan, Shri Krishna Archan, Surya Narayan Archan. We offer water to Surya Narayan. We bathe the Shivaling. We do so many things. Havan, Yagna, Tirth, pilgrimage. But how many people want to know God? Want to find God? Mostly. Whether we Hindus, Muslims, Christian, Buddhists, Jain, whatever we ask religiously, majority of people who pray to God, they pray to God for the world. Identifying with the material body, that ignorance, not knowing who we are, the conclusion has come that I will find happiness in the world. If I don't find it today, I'll find it tomorrow, but I will find it in the world. So that's why majority of people who pray to God, they pray to God for the world. You go to the temple, you go to the mandir, the church, the masjid, wherever, the person there will tell you, put your hands together and pray to God. Oh Lord, please let me win the lotto. Let me get a good job. Let me get a good wife to get married to, a good husband, let me have children, etc. In other words, we pray for the world because we think we'll find happiness in the world. That decision is very firm from uncountable lifetimes. We have been looking for happiness in the world. And that's why we pray. Very few want to know God. Very few, when they pray, oh Lord, when will I see you? When will I see your divine form? When will I attain your divine love, your divine bliss? That is called mumukshutva, lalasa in Braj Bhasha. A yearning, a longing for God. Not everyone has that. Only when He will shower His grace. So mumukshutva. And number three, Mahapurusha Sambhavaha, to have the association of a true saint, a true Guru, Sadguru, the true Guru. These are the three. If we can get this from Bhagwan, you have everything. Human birth, number one. Number two, a yearning, a longing for God. Number three, the association of a true saint, one who has seen God, attained God. You have this tree, you have everything. As it says in Hindi, Sone mein Suhaga. Of these three, birth in the human form is the most important. As we can only have a yearning, longing for God and an association with a true saint when we have birth in the human form. So important. How valuable is this human body? Sometimes it seems that animals are better than us. There was a saint. His name was Bharti Hari. Bharti Hari. He was a Shiv devotee, a great saint. Bharti Hari said, Ahar Nidra Bhayamai Thunani Samanya me tat pashubhir naranam. Bhartrihari. Bhartrihari said, as far as ahar, eating, nidra, sleeping, bhai, fear, and maitun, mating are concerned, human beings, we people, are just like animals. Pashu bhi samana. Pashu ke saman. We are just like animals. Now, this doesn't sound very nice. How dare Bhartrihari equate us to animals? We're not animals. Actually, he's been very nice to us. He's been very nice to us. We are worse than animals. Don't worry, I'll show you how. Let's look at the first one, ahar. Eaten. What do cows, goats, buffaloes, etc. eat? Grass, herbs, fruits, etc. That has been provided by the Supreme Lord for them. In the same way, God has provided an abundant variety of natural things for us also. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, water, everything. But do we eat natural food? No. We are human beings. We are very intelligent. We cannot eat natural food. We have to deep fry. Deep fry and destroy all the vitamins and minerals, everything. And then we are going to eat. How many people love to eat just natural food? Majority of us. We cannot eat it natural. Deep fry. Spice it up. As our tongue and mind say we are going to eat. And at 25 years of age, we suffer from the gravest of illnesses. This is the great thing of being a human being. We are so intelligent. Destroy every food and then eat it. Ahar, eaten. Number 2, nidra, sleeping. Birds, animals, etc. They are very regular and punctual in their sleeping habits. There are certain time they will go to sleep and certain time they will get up. They don't have alarm, anything like this. They will go to sleep. They are very punctual and regular. We human beings, we spend thousands of dollars when it comes to the bedroom, the kind of mattress, etc. Thousands. But when it comes to sleeping, we have no rules. Sometimes we go to sleep 4 p.m., sometimes 6 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m., sometimes 12 midnight, and sometimes we wake the whole night. In the Facebook, in the social media. We wake the whole night. And we say, I'm a human being, I cannot be bounded by time and all these things. And you should be intelligent enough to keep good habits, to keep the body healthy. Nidra. Number 3, bhai. Bhai means fear. Fear is an integral part of our life. Everywhere, bhai, bhai, fear. Hey, don't go alone there in the night. Don't go alone there in the dark. Everywhere fear. Birds and animals, they wander freely everywhere. They do not know such a thing called fear, whereas day or night they wander freely. Number 4, maitun, mating. Cows, buffaloes, etc. They mate only once a year. Ek baar, in once a year. Human beings, almost we spend our whole life in sensual pleasures, thereby ruining the energy of the mind, the senses, the intellect, the body, the soul, everything. And then we say with great pride, I am no animal. How dare he equate us to animal? We're not equal, we are worse than that. There are many other things also where animals are shown to be superior to human beings. Any type of wonderful quality in a human being is always associated with an animal. Someone has good eyesight, the eyesight of an eagle. Someone sings very beautiful, the voice of a nightingale, etc. Many examples. So why are human beings told to be superior to animals? That, in the 8.4 million forms of life, human beings are the most superior. So Bhakti Hari gives the answer in the second line of that verse. First he said, Ahar nidra bhayamay tunani samanya me tarpashubhir narana. Then he says in the second line, Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho jnanena hina pashubhis samana. Jnana. Human beings have been given a great gift by God known as Jnana. The power to discriminate. Animals, they act on instinct. We can train them. In America, you can go to places, SeaWorld, etc., and you will see a fish called shamu. It's a killer whale. Nowadays it's gotten less, but before it used to be a great show. And that fish will do so many wonderful things. People in Africa, you train elephants, etc. They can do wonderful things, but they are trained. How many times have you seen a lion eating the trainer? That shamu has eaten the trainer many times. They do not know it's wrong to eat the trainer, to kill the trainer. They act on instinct. We are always told that these are dangerous animals. Who knows at which moment they can do anything. So animals, they act on instinct. They don't have that power of discrimination. They can't think. The power is very small. We have been blessed with this power of Jnana that other creatures don't have. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to Bharatji in Chitrakoot, when Bharat went to Chitrakoot to meet Bhagwan Shri Ram, to ask him to come back to Ayodhya, there was a conversation. One of the things Shri Ram says to Bharatji, Hita anahita pashu pachiyu jana manushatan guna jnana nidhana. The great blessing that places human being in a higher plane, level to all the other creatures, is the power of jnana, discrimination. The power to discriminate right from wrong, real from unreal, etc. The other creatures don't have. We have it in abundance. Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho. But jnanena hina pashubhis samana. When that same power to discriminate is destroyed, it places us right next to the animals. When does the power of discrimination get destroyed? Shri Krishna tells us in Gita, Krodha bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibrama, smriti banshat, smriti banshat, ityadi. Some water. God's going to dry it. So again, Krodha bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibrama, smriti banshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Chapter 2 verse 63 Gita. When we get angry, Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, from anger comes delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. When we lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate and everything is destroyed. We become worse, we become like animals, even worse than animals. When you get angry, you lose that power to discriminate. You can even kill someone. Afterwards, when the anger is cooled, oh, what a wrong thing, what a bad thing I did. But at the time of anger, somebody did something and you get so angry, I will kill you. And you may kill the person. And afterwards, oh my God, what did I do? It's too late. So this is what anger does. Other things, greed, lust, etc. also destroys, mainly anger. So while the soul can rise to the highest, it can also fall to the lowest. When the power to discriminate and destroy through these things, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, etc., destroys that power to discriminate, it places us right next to the animals, etc. Look, this is how great this human birth is. In the Ramayana, there's a very famous katha called Sapta Prashna. Once, Kaghabasundaji, a great devotee of Bhagwan, was asked seven questions, important questions, by Guruji Maharaj. It's called Sapta Prashna. The first and most important question, Guruji asks. He said to Kaghabasundaji, Prathama hi kaham nath mati dhira sabte durlabh kavan sarira. What an important question. Guruji Maharaj says to Kaghabasundaji, first of all, hey Guruji, you're my Guru. He had made Kaghabasundaji his Guru. Oh my strong-minded master, Guruji, first of all, tell me, which is the rarest and most difficult birth to attain in the 8.4 million forms of life? What an important question. Because if we understand the value of this thing we have, which is called human body, we will not go in the wrong way. If we understand how difficult this is to attain, how rare, that we don't get it again and again, that when we lose it, we don't know when we will get it again, then we will not go in the wrong direction. We will not go in the wrong way. So Kaghabasundaji answered Guruji and said, Naratanu samanahi kavani hudehi jiva charachar jachat jehi. Kaghabasundaji says to Guruji, hey Guruji Maharaj, there is no form equal to the human body. This human body, the human form. In the 8.4 million forms of life in the world, there is no form equal to the human body. It is so valuable. Char achar. The animate as well as inanimate beings all desire birth in this human body. Look. We people, who calls ourselves Hindu, Sanatanists, we worship devatas, heavenly beings. They're called celestial beings, they're called devatas. For example, Agni, the god of fire, Vayu, the god of wind, Kuber, the god of wealth, Indra, the king of heaven, the god of rain, etc. We worship devatas. Indraya Namaha Swaha, Agnaye Namaha Swaha, Vayave Namaha Swaha, etc. So we worship devatas. Why? We want to go to heaven. But these same devatas, look at what they are doing. Durlabham manusham janma prathyate tirashairapi. Narapura. the devatas, the celestial beings, the celestial gods, they are praying to Bhagavan, to God, Shri Krishna. They are saying, hey Shri Krishna, we are begging you. Prarthana, we are praying to you, begging to you, please give us birth in the human form. We don't want heaven, there is nothing here. Give us birth in the human form. Why? I'll tell you a little bit. In the Ramayana also, Bhagwan Shri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya, Bade bhagya manusya tanu pava sur durlabh sadgrantha nigava. In that lecture he gave to the residents of Ayodhya, one of the things he said, Bade bhagya manusya tanu pava. It is the greatest fortune. Bade bhagya. The greatest fortune for the soul to acquire birth in the human form. Sura Durlabh. Sura means Devata, celestial beings. They cannot get it. They are begging and praying and can't get it. And we have it. Why is this human body so valuable? One, the scripture is telling us because of Gyan. Bharti Hari said, because of Gyan, knowledge. God has blessed us with an abundance of knowledge that other creatures don't have. But, there's a big but here. Then why do devatas want this human body? Heavenly beings. Our knowledge cannot compare to the knowledge of the devatas. Their knowledge is far, far superior to ours. Can any human being, besides a saint, one who's attained God realization, challenge and say that he is as knowledgeable as Saraswati, Brihaspati, the authorities of knowledge? If you look at Mahabharata, even today, even though today scientists claim to have reached so far in their scientific achievements, we are yet to create a weapon that will go safely and destroy only the enemy and leave everyone else safe. If one weapon is let out, some nuclear weapon, everybody gets destroyed. If you look at Mahabharata, we see weapons like Agniban, the arrow of fire, Vayuban, the arrow of wind. These weapons will go close to millions and millions of people. They will twist and turn, leaving everybody untouched and go directly to the enemy only. So, the knowledge of the devatas are far, far superior to us. So, human birth is told to be superior because of Gyan, knowledge. Then why do devatas want this human birth? Why are they praying for it? There is something else. I won't go in great detail today, but I'll give you the answer. Because in this human body there is something we can do that cannot be done in any other form of life. In the 8.4 million forms. Not even devatas. That is called Purusharth. Purusharth means whatever action we perform, it bears fruits. Every other form of life, whether it's animal, birds, insect, amoeba, devata, they are all bhog yoni. Bhog yoni means they enjoy the fruits of their past action. They cannot, the actions they perform cannot bear any fruits. There is no plus, only minus. Only in the human birth, the actions we perform bears fruits, good or bad. Avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham Mahabharata. The scripture says we will have to bear the fruits of our good action as well as bad action. The Vedas say, Punyena punya lokam neti, papena papam ubhabhya meva manushya lokam. Ved. If you do good actions, dharma, you will go to heaven. You do bad actions, you will go to hell. You do a mixture of good and bad actions, you will come back in this material world. You do neither good nor bad, you will attain moksha, liberation. And if you go beyond the desire for moksha, you will attain bhakti, divine love, the highest attainment. Only in the human body. In other words, only this human birth we can attain God realization. That we never have to come back in this material world and suffer. Even devatas have to come back here. We all, when we do dharma, sometime in our past life have gone to heaven. Uncountable times. But Bhagavan Krishna tells us in Gita, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam traidham anupapanna gatagatan kama kama labhante. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. When we perform dharma, etc., good actions, we acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, which determines which heavenly region we will go to and for how long. There are many. Bhu, bhuvaha, swaha, maha, janaha, tapaha, satya, etc. But when we go there, Shri Krishna says, when we go to this heavenly region, the swarga, and we start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, something happens. Kshine punya. That punya starts to destroy. As you enjoy, it starts destroying. And one day, it's going to become zero. And then what will happen? Martyalokam vishanti, will be kicked out of heaven. Karmas become zero, get out, will be thrown out. And then we have to start all over again. So the aim is not to go to heaven, according to Sanatana Dharma, or what we normally call in the local language Hinduism, the ultimate aim of life is not heaven. We have been to heaven uncountable times. We have to come back right here. The ultimate aim of life is God realization. When we attain God realization, we never come back here. Then only. And that can be done only in this human body, the human body. This is why this human body is so valuable. And this is why we should make the best use of it. Do not procrastinate. Udhar nahi karna. Hum karenge. Abhi nahi. We have this attitude, I will do, not right now. I'm too busy right now. I will do. Bhaiya, karenge, I will do. Now I'm too busy. And we have always been saying this from a big and endless time, that tomorrow never comes. Because we will always be too busy. We have to do it now. There was a saint by the name of Kabir. Kabir ji said, Kaal kare so aaj kare so ab. Pal mein parle hoegi, fero karego kab. Bhaiya, when you plan to worship Bhagwan tomorrow, Kaal, do today, aaj kare. And you plan to do it today, do right now, ab kare. For in the twinkling, pal means the blink of an eye is called a pal. In the twinkling of an eye, death will take us. And then when are you going to do? Don't procrastinate. Do now. This is a golden opportunity. This human birth, we don't get again and again. We have it now. One of the greatest blessings we can get from God is birth in the human. No matter what your conditions, no matter how life is, there is no greater blessing than birth in the human form. And we have that golden opportunity. So we should not let go of this wonderful opportunity that we have. As I said, because when we lose it, we don't know when we'll get it again. So today, that was my talk today on this speciality and the greatness of birth in the human form. There's much more. Of course, time is of the essence. So I will finish my talk here today. Maybe sometime again I'll come and be able to be of seva, of service to you, and we can hear some more of this divine philosophy. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai.